In 1988, I worked with MetLife, and we were doing incentive parties with
Right.
Dave Giannelli,
Right.
who changed my entire life, Dave.
Nice.
He gave me, for every action, there's a reaction. This
Oh,
guy,
by the way, I forgot to mention one thing chronologically. Remember also with Leclerc
Stewart
and also with David Discernia.
and La Masquerade.
Thank you, David.
God, right?
Thank you,
we,
Bob.
we did a whole bunch of the Clive Davis parties.
Right.
We did Whitney Houston's first CD release party at the City Museum of New York, February 1983.
See
Wow,
that?
he's got the
Oh,
dates.
he's got them down, man.
Yes.
He's got them down. You guys got to hear each other, DJ. I mean,
Yep.
it's really wild. So go on about Hawaii, man.
So what had happened was, Giannelli says to me, I working with La Masquerade and Leclerc, we would do MetLife parties. So one day, the head meeting planner, Dave Giannelli, comes up to me and goes, "You want to travel?"
Yeah.
And I said, "Sure." He goes, "You want to go to California?"
Yeah.
I go, "Sure." The first gig he sends us to, President's Meeting, where these cats are selling millions of dollars insurance at the Ritz-Carlton Laguna Beach.
Right.
Dude, 2 weeks there, signed for everybody.
Everything.
We all had our own room. It was amazing.
Wow.
So from that point, it was a complete success. He goes, "Look," and this is in between all these other shows. He goes, "You want to go to Hawaii?" So that was it. 1988, July, I ended up going to Maui, Hyatt Regency Maui,
Right.
with Benny King and the Shirelles.
Wow.
And when I got there, the first thing I did, most people when they go in these incentives, they sit by the pool and they drink their pina coladas.
Yeah.
Me, I want to go and meet the indigenous people.
Right.
I want to see, I want
Yes.
to get a feel for where I am.
Sure.
So I was taken to this place called the Iao Valley in Maui, which was a sacred war site and burial site. I didn't know this.
Yeah.
So I went there, and I just was driving. It was like I was directed there.
Yes.
Yes.
Once I get there, waterfalls, I go there, I fall asleep, I wake up, and I see this running red in the water, not in my eyes. And what had happened was I wrote this poem about it.
Right.
And what happened was later on I found out that it was a war zone where Pele and King Kamehameha were fighting.
Wow.
It was amazing, but this is how it all gets to Hawaii. All throughout this time, when I was working with La Masquerade, I was working with Leclerc, I was working on this company called Shazam. These were all production companies. They were flying me all over. I was flying 250,000 miles a year as
Oh
a
my
corporate
God.
DJ. I was burning out, and the only thing that kept me normal was poetry.
Yes.
And I started writing in 1990.
Right.
Poetry. And what had happened was, as I'm sitting in planes, I'm writing. One time I'm with Peter Noon.
Yes.
We're on a plane. I'm showing him my poetry. He's giving me corrections on it. All this incredible stuff happened. So here I come to Hawaii.
Yeah.
I have a music background. I have a background in writing poetry and sales.
Yes.
What happens? I am 1991. I'm with this girl, and she says, "Look, on Maui," because after I went to that first Maui trip, I wanted to keep coming back.
And they're super friendly over it.
They're
yeah.
unbelievable. They're full of aloha. Aloha is more than hello, goodbye.
Yeah, man.
It's
It's
giving
really-
without any intention of receiving
such joy.
anything. So what happened was I ended up going to this island called Molokai, population 7,000, actually 7,002. 2 babies were born last night. And no stoplights, no parking meters. Everyone knows everyone. 7,000 people. It's like Gilligan's Island meets Northern Exposure.
Nice,
Right.
man.
Andy and
Right.
Mayberry. And it's called the Friendly Island because everyone has to get along.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Because if you don't, you're going to see the same pissed off face in the supermarket every day. So what had happened was, here I am. I'm taken to this island. Wild weekend. She goes back. It's President's Weekend, 1991.
He's got his dates, dude.
I'm going to tell you something. I couldn't believe it. I stayed on the island. I just drove up and down because no one's there.
Right.
I come back the next year with my girlfriend, a new one, Claudia Palumbo. Forget about it. Another
Forget
time,
about it.
girl. Hey. And what happens is this family meets me and they fall in love with me. And it's this guy named Tad Camara, Portuguese Hawaiian, has 11 kids, and meets me, thinks because I'm from New York, I live in the Midtown Tunnel, he's amazed at me.
Right.
He brings me
right.
to his family, and that was it. I started... They made me godfather of 3 of their kids. They adopted
Yeah.
me and opened the whole door.
Bobby then starts to promote Daryl.
Well, just prior to that, what happens is I am sitting around like Danny Kaye and Hans Christian Andersen with all these Hawaiian kids, like 20,
boy.
30 of them,
Yeah, man.
reading them poems.
Right.
The father comes up to me, and he's Portuguese Hawaiian. He talks like this, Bubble. And he says, you know, Bubble, you got to write songs. And I said, nah, I don't like. I heard all these terrible stories about the music business.
Right. Yeah, yeah.
I'm a disc jockey. I'm somewhat happy. He goes, no, you got to write songs. The next day, knock on the door. This big Hawaiian in Lava Lava, which is a rap, with a guitar goes, you Bubble Pelegi? I go, yeah, I'm Sterling Kalua.
Oh, Sterling.
And he goes, I hear you got words. And that started, my friends, the beginning of a beautiful relationship.
Right.
It was like Claude Rains and Humphrey Bogart at the end of Casablanca.
Nice.
And we started writing songs. And we wrote this one called Song from Home. And after that, we needed, what are you going to do? We got the song. So it just so happened at the same time, this guy from LA, a journeyman musician named Brad Thane, formed this record company called Monkey Pod Records of Molokai. And he needed local people to record, but no one would go because he's white. White people, by the way, folks, I never knew prejudice till I went to Hawaii. I'm a haole. I'm still paying for what the English did back in the days of the 1800s. But I found out that in Hawaii, the only way in which you can pretty much circumvent that issue of prejudice, get diplomatic immunity, is work in the music business.
Oh, really?
Okay.
And with kids. So what happened was we ended up writing this song. I met this guy, Brad. He had a studio, just finished, turnkey, walk in, we record the song. He falls in love with what I'm doing as a disc jockey, offers me vice president of artist relations.
Nice.
And that's how it all started. And then we did this album called Molokai Now, and that was an amazing experience. That was the first album. And that was 15 songs, all of Molokai artists, original songs. So naturally, me being the vice president of the record company, I didn't even know I was doing A&R at this time.
Yes, sir.
I started putting all my songs on there.
Nice.
Right?
Sure.
And then it was insane because we wanted to preserve the island's chants from the cult. But what happened was we ended up doing island contemporary music.
Right.
So what had happened was I would go in the supermarket and people coming up, are you doing an album? They're singing me songs in the vegetable market.
Sure.
And it's
Like authentic stuff, or is it like
it's island contemporary music.
Right. Oh,
It's
contemporary.
island contemporary. So what ended up happening was, fast forward, we do the album. I'm very disappointed because I swore that I was going to sell 1 million copies.
Yeah.
Sure.
There's only 1 million people in Hawaii, so everyone had to buy a copy for themselves. So naturally, it was a very disappointment. But you know, with one door that closes, a window opens.
Right.
And after the success of that album, we ended up doing another album, and it was going to be originally for Sterling.
Yeah.
It was called Shaka the Moon. Right. Shaka is the most kindest, endearing gender that you can ever give anybody. That's this.
Right.
It's the pinky and the thumb. And the moon is the light. So when you shaka the moon, it's like praying to the light. That was the concept in the song.
Yeah.
So we wrote this whole album, and then Sterling had the worst experience you could ever imagine. He lost 2 sons.
Wow.
Drunk driving accidents.
Wow.
2 separate times, 2 months apart, 1 mile apart in Honolulu.
Yes.
So he couldn't do the album. He was devastated.
Yeah.
So I ended up, this one kid, he was 9 years old at the time. His name was Daryl Labrato. We ended up giving the album to him. And what I didn't realize is that there was a growing need for young performers.
Yes.
And by me producing this album, writing these songs that we did for this kid, he ended up getting 25,000 fans the first month. We sold 25,000 albums out of the box the first year.
Well, because of time restraints here, I have to sort of do a fast forward. So there's Bobby. What year is that with Daryl, would you say?
That was 1998, 99.
And by the way, I had the opportunity to go over to be the associate producer on one of Daryl's records, which meant let the good times roll, right? We had a great time.
Yes, Chris Patty.
So now what year is this, 1998?
This is now 2001.
2001. Wow. So now, 14 years later, Bobby is one of the top publishers in Hawaii.
Yeah.
And also is doing all kinds of work in Japan and all over the world. So, Bobby, you got to just let us know about your new release, and we're going to play it.
This is going to change the course of history. I've been writing songs in the last 15 years, done a couple hundred, have written Billboard hits. This song came to me, the idea a couple of years ago. I was on the phone. I was talking about Obama, and he gets attacked by everyone. And I said, you know what? Obama's a good man. He's from Hawaii. He's a brother for the people. And I went, whoa.
Uh-oh, there it is.
What a title.
Yes.
What a title.
Yeah.
So what happened was, 2 years later, I meet this guy. There's a change of command in my business. I lose my partner for 15 years. This guy comes out of a cloud like an angel. He's been my client for 10 years. I never knew what a cool guy he was, what a great record producer and a songwriter.
What's his name?
Taz Vegas.
Oh.
He's
like
Puerto Rican, Hawaiian.
Wow.
Like Daryl.
Wow.
So what happens? I go to his house. It's Holy Tuesday, March 31st this year.
Holy Tuesday.
With the lyrics.
Right.
I sit this guy down, and now he's a Hawaiian, and he does Hawaiian music. He does island contemporary reggae. So I show him the lyrics, and his mouth drops. He goes, Bobby, what kind of song is this? He goes, you don't want a reggae song. And I go, did you ever hear of a guy named Richie Havens? And he goes, no. And I go, he sang a song called Freedom at Woodstock in 1969. And I want a Richie Havens kind of thing, because I want, when Obama, being from Hawaii, he retires, I want him to do a song that's his theme song when he goes on all these shows.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So, I mean, what an idea as a publisher. So what happened was, I end up going there, and I go, did you ever hear the song Freedom? He goes, no. And I start singing the hook. And he goes, I know that song. Goes on YouTube, looks at it. I go, all right, I've been researching Obama's music. He likes Stevie Wonder. He likes Marvin Gaye.
Yeah.
He likes Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Very
Richie
good.
Havens. He goes, wow. All of a sudden, this kid comes up with a melody. And when you hear this song not only is for Obama, but it's written for every person that stood in the name of peace.
Wow.
Haile Selassie, Bob Marley, Mahatma Gandhi, Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
And basically, the song has evolved because yesterday, with the celebration of the anniversary, not celebration, of 1 year at Ferguson, there's still racial tension going on in this country, which is, I'm incensed with it.
Right.
Yeah.
So what happened was, we wrote this song. Every black producer that I have sent it to says, I can't believe a white guy sang this song.
And what's the title?
It's called Brother for the People.
Brother
Now,
for the People.
it's
Nice.
a retro 70s song. When you hear this song, I don't know if you ever saw the movie Earth, Wind, and Fire with Harvey Keitel. It's called That's the Way of the World.
Oh.
It was filmed in 1975.
Great song, too.
Oh, it's incredible.
Yeah.
That was the soundtrack for the movie.
Yes.
So this song it's getting mastered. I'm leaving here in an hour. Bernie Grundman, who masters Michael Jackson, he does Journey, he does Whitney, he did Whitney Houston, all the majors, One Direction, Ed Sheeran.
Right.
He's going to be mastering this song. But
Bobby, what's the name of the artist?
Taz Vegas, Taz.
Taz.
One last thing
Taz.
before you hear this.
Yeah.
He works for Hawaiian Airlines. He does the promotions department, playing music going all over the world. He is going to New York. 2 days before he goes to New York, I say, Taz, never in the history of Hawaiian music has an artist ever flown to Hawaii and done a music video.
Yes.
He is on the Brooklyn Bridge singing Brother for the People.
Ah, nice.
Wow.
And we had Hawaiian Airlines went, so we had drones of going over the Brooklyn Bridge, the Statue of Liberty. He's at 42nd Street. So there's a music video filmed and shot in New York of a Hawaiian singing this song.
Wow.
Oh,
hey, Bobby
boy.
Pelegi,
Yes,
you know
sir.
how much I love you.
I love you, Scott.
It's so great that you two guys
yeah.
are here
Yeah,
together.
best.
Thank you. You guys, Brother for the People by Taz. Thanks for coming all the way from Hawaii to be on the show,
got
my
it,
man.
bro. Thank you.
Love you.
Love you, brother.